Swamp another day. A questionable operation in mud, mayhem, and mildly warm tea. Chapter 1. Tied up in the morning. The day began as all Simon Bonk's days seemed to, with him being physically restrained by an inanimate object. He strode into the MI6 headquarters with purpose, which was immediately undone when his tie caught in the revolving door. Round and round he went, waving frantically at security who, by now, were all too familiar with the sight. For 10 painful minutes, Bonk rotated helplessly like a confused hamster in a business suit. When he finally escaped, he stumbled toward Miss Coinwealth's desk, hair dishevelled and tie crumpled. "Well," Bonk said, straightening up with what dignity he could muster, "I suppose you could say that tie really kept me in the loop." For the first time ever, Miss Coinwealth burst into laughter. Bonk's face lit up. He'd done it. After years of trying, his wit had finally cracked her frosty exterior. Then he saw her phone. "Funny cat video?" he asked flatly. She nodded, still chuckling. It sneezed and fell off a table. Bonk sighed. "As do I, Miss Coinwealth. As do I." "Chief Honcho Heel's waiting," she said, scrolling. "Try not to get strangled by your own shoelaces on the way." Chapter 2. The Jungle is Not Enough. Chief Honcho Heel looked up from his desk as Bonk entered, the faint sound of the revolving door squeaking behind him. "Bonk," he said dryly. "Still in one piece, I see, for now." "Mostly, sir," said Bonk. "Lost a bit of tie, but gained a story." Honcho Heel ignored that. "Your mission this time involves Bertrand Oviska. He used to work in MI6's cyber division before he went rogue. Now he's set up shop on a jungle island in the Pacific." "Ooh, tropical. Does this mean I finally get the swim trunks expense approved?" "No. Bertrand's building an EMP device powerful enough to wipe out the world's technology. He plans to plunge humanity back into the Dark Ages to make people reconnect with nature." Bonk frowned. "Well, he sounds like the kind of man who owns a composting toilet." Honcho Heel continued. "He's also spreading rumours of a swamp monster guarding the island to scare off intruders." Bonk nodded sagely. "Swamp monster, standard evil lair accessory. You'll meet Barnaby Gizmo for your equipment and then, well, I can't believe I'm saying this, you'll be accompanied by Bill Oddie." Bonk blinked. "The bird bloke?" "The very same," sighed Honcho Heel. "Apparently he insisted, said it would be a good laugh and great for the documentary channel. Try not to let him die." Chapter 3. Gadget Misery. In the tech lab, Barnaby Gizmo was cackling over a blender that occasionally screamed. "Ah, Bonk," he said. "Perfect timing. Your gadgets are ready, though I'd like to stress that none of them are safe, effective, or in any way field-tested." Bonk grinned. "Just the way I like them." Gizmo handed him a pair of Wellington boots. "Click the heels together and they'll propel you forward at 37 miles per hour, ideal for quick getaways or for breaking every bone in your feet." Bonk eyed them warily. "Do they stop?" "Eventually," said Gizmo. Next he presented a frisbee. "This one's special. When you throw it, it fills anyone watching with a profound sense of disappointment." "Ah," said Bonk. "So, much like my dating life." Gizmo didn't argue. Chapter 4. Bonk and the Birdman. On the MI6 airstrip, Bonk was greeted by none other than Bill Oddie, clutching binoculars and a massive butterfly net. "Simon Bonk," cried Bill cheerfully. "Been dying for a bit of adventure. They told me you needed someone who knows about wildlife." "I'm not sure that's entirely true," Bonk replied. "Doesn't matter," said Bill. "I brought hats." He handed Bonk a wide-brimmed hat topped with a fake bird and a straw attached for breathing underwater. "Observe," Bill said proudly, donning his own bird hat. "Perfect camouflage. Birds never suspect other birds." Bonk stared. "Bill, we're going to a swamp. There aren't hats in nature." "Nonsense," said Bill, and leapt straight into the murky swamp water. Bonk sighed and followed. Chapter 5. Swamp trouble hours later, covered in reeds and regret, the duo drifted toward the shadowy island. Through the mist, a horrifying shape rose from the swamp, the so-called swamp monster. It was enormous, dripping mud and moaning like a broken tuba. Bill froze. "Nope, absolutely not. I've seen enough of Springwatch to know when to leave nature alone." And just like that, Bill vanished back into the swamp, muttering something about needing a cuppa. Bonk was alone. He activated his boots, clicked his heels, and shot forward at 37 miles an hour, crashing headfirst into a tree trunk. When he finally staggered to his feet, he found himself face to face with the swamp monster. Bonk, panicking, threw the disappointing frisbee. It hit the creature squarely in the chest. The monster looked down at it, sighed sadly, and sat down. Bonk crept closer and discovered the monster was just an innocent man covered in mud and leaves. "I've been lost for 3 days," the man wheezed. "Please help." Before Bonk could respond, he was surrounded by men in black tactical gear. "Ah," said Bonk as they grabbed him. "Captured again. My 3rd time this week." Chapter 6. Bertrand's Offer. In a high-tech jungle lab, Bertrand Oviska greeted Bonk with open arms. "Simon, my old friend," he said. "Still as incompetent as ever, I see." "Comes naturally," said Bonk, straightening his ruined tie. Bertrand smiled. "You know, I could destroy every electronic device in the world, but first, I think we should have some tea." Bonk's eyes widened. "A cup of tea? White, not black?" "Exactly," said Bertrand, pouring 2 cups. "One last civilized drink before civilization collapses." Bonk took the cup reverently, eyes shining. "You know, Bertrand, maybe you're not so evil after all." Just as he raised the tea to his lips, a loud thwack sounded above him. Bill Oddie swung down from a tree branch like a deranged parrot, knocking the cup clean out of Bonk's hand. "Bill!" cried Bonk. "My tea!" "No time for that," shouted Bill. "I saw a rare warbler outside, and also you're about to die." Chaos ensued. Bertrand lunged for his control panel. Bonk slipped on the spilled tea, crashed into the EMP generator, and accidentally kicked the off switch with his high-speed boots. The device fizzled, sparked, and died. Mission accomplished, completely by accident. Chapter 7. Mud, Tea, and Disappointment. Back at MI6, Chief Honcho Heel looked over the report, his expression unreadable. "So," he said finally, "you defeated Bertrand Oviska, disabled a global weapon, and destroyed 3 MI6 drones." "Yes, sir," said Bonk proudly, "and only 1 near-death experience involving Bill Oddie." Miss Coinwealth poked her head in, and he still didn't get his tea. Bonk sighed wistfully. "One day, Miss Coinwealth, one day." Honcho Heel slammed the file shut. "Bonk, please leave before my blood pressure needs its own handler." Bonk saluted. "Always a pleasure, sir." He turned to go, but his tie caught on the door handle, yanking him backward. Miss Coinwealth didn't even look up this time. "Still tied to your work, I see." Bonk smiled faintly. "You do like me, really." She scrolled through her phone. "No, I was talking to the cat video."